Welcome back to Alcatraz East Crime Museum in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. If you remember, we were back here at last September, and in this video I want to show you some of the highlights of this museum. This is Jesse James' personal notebook and holster. It is so cool that they allowed us here and let us film here. John Dillinger's death mask, mugshot photo, and this is a replica gun that he would have used to escape from Crown Point Jail in Indiana. There's Jeffrey Dahmer's signature on a property receipt. 5 postcards. And these are handcuffs used to transport Jeffrey Dahmer. Here's Charles Manson's guitar. No strings on it, but that is really cool. Jeffrey Dahmer's prison glasses. It says these were worn by Jeffrey Dahmer while serving 15 consecutive life sentences in prison. Here is Ed Gein's tooth. It says, I wasn't expecting a visit with the dental office, but when the call came, it saved me the trouble. This tooth had been troubling me for some time. Now it can trouble you. It's kind of creepy. This is crazy. This is John Wayne Gacy's leather jacket. And he was arrested wearing this jacket. They have his typewriter. And his wallet. It's just insane to think about. And if you think that that's crazy, look at this. There's Gacy's Pogo the Clown costume. And patches. Wow. That's a typewriter used by Ted Bundy. Here's a polygraph machine. Even a mock-up of a courtroom. You can really learn a lot about the entire process here. It's an unbelievable place to come and check out. This is Judge Belvin Perry Jr.'s judge smock. He was presiding over the Casey Anthony trial. Judge's robe. Now this might look like just an ordinary basketball card, but this Mark Jackson card is kind of special because it has the Menendez brothers right behind him. If you can see it in the video. Here it is. This is something I actually wanted to find while I was here. If you can see this, Baseball Hall of Fame logo signed by a bunch of Baseball Hall of Famers. You got Mickey Mantle on there. You even have Richard Nixon down there. But this was painted by John Wayne Gacy, which I don't know if a lot of people would have known that when they signed this, or if they even would have had they known, but that's kind of interesting. How many signatures can you recognize on there? Here's the lifestyle of Al Capone during his Alcatraz days. It seemed like he had it pretty good there, in comparison. Here's a lethal injection machine. Also a guillotine. And you can have a seat. This right here is Old Smoky, Tennessee's electric chair. It says this electric chair was housed at the Tennessee State Penitentiary in Nashville and was responsible for 125 executions between 1916 and 1960. And even a gas chamber. See if you can escape. They have this. Just being honest, I'm too fat and old for this. But you can try it. Picture of Alcatraz Island. And some of the cells at Alcatraz. Even the pictures here are neat. Now this is where you get your real money's worth here at the museum. This is where the cars are. See this right here? This is Ted Bundy's 1968 Volkswagen Beetle. Now if you know anything about his story, you'll know just how much of a hand this car had in his crimes and the brutal things that happened in this car. Now if you remember, he actually took out the passenger seat of this car, and you can see right in there, that's where everything happened. That is crazy. And here is a 1934 Ford V8, which is the same type of car that Bonnie and Clyde were driving. John Dillinger's 1933 SX Terraplane. And over here is one of the neatest things I think they have. Well, they have O.J. Simpson's golf clubs also, but this is the famous Ford Bronco where O.J. Simpson had his low-speed chase on the 405 back in 1994. It was being driven by his friend Al Cowlings, but everybody was watching this back in the day. There's the picture of it. I think we all remember where we were at that day. There wasn't hardly anybody that wasn't watching this. But this is the famous O.J. Bronco.